welcome to the interview. First question, who are you, how old are you, and where are you from?
I'm Thilo and I'm 23. I'm from Germany, Dortmund, or engineer from Dortmund. And
I'm Leonie and I'm 22, and yes, I'm from the same place, Germany, Dortmund. Yeah.
I'm Jonas, 24, and from the same place as well. And we are on a journey with a sailboat and we want to circumnavigate, that's the goal. We are in Brazil right now and we'll see how far we go.
We will come to that while the interview is running, so I will teach you more about where you want to go and everything. But first, how do you know each other?
from school.
Yeah.
And
I think
Jonas is my best friend long years ago, and Leonie is my girlfriend 2 years, and yeah.
What was your drive to live on water?
I think we searched for the best possibility to see the world, to travel around, and then we never try out to sail, to live on the water, and we want to figure out how it is. So it's a challenge.
If you want to figure out how sailing is, did you get seasick when you started sailing?
Actually, Leonie and I were seasick, Thilo rather not, but actually he was a little bit. Yeah, and but we all overwhelmed our seasickness. I think with our positive vibe, because we want to actually make it, and if you want to make it, you have to overwhelm the seasickness at one point. And if you get seasick, it's not that bad. But on the last Atlantic crossing, there was no problems. We were fit, and everyone was pretty okay. Yeah.
Nice. So when you decided that you're gonna buy a boat and finally gonna sail the world, what did your family say? Your friends, maybe your surroundings?
I think in the first moment they found it horrible. I think they had a little bit fear that it's dangerous and all this stuff, but now I think they like to watch what we are doing now.
Yeah, it's okay for them because they see it works rather okay than not. I think some stuff went wrong, but that's normal sailing, and we find a solution. So I think it'll work, and I think they think that it'll work in the future as well.
So starting the process made other people also more confident in your ability to survive and having a good time.
Yeah.
Did you ever had doubts when you started? Like a moment where you really thought, oh no, that was a bad idea? And how did you overcome that?
I think there were a lot of moments like this, and it started for the first time in the refit until
in the North Sea.
The North Sea.
That's what's so hard.
So right in the beginning.
Yeah, there were a lot of moments like this, but I think it's good that we are 3 person, and there's always someone who thinks positive, and that's a good thing that we are a collective.
In some situation you feel stupid because if the sea is high and it's shaky and you are like a long time on sea and you have this weak feeling, and then you think, why am I doing it? Why am I exactly here in this place in the ocean? But those doubts are not existing anymore when you arrive a country and have a positive experience in that country and see all the new stuff, and then you know, okay, that's why I'm here, that's why I'm doing this journey.
So it's a reward and a pain.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. But that's how it is in life in general.
Okay, so some of the things you mentioned have to do with the boat. So let's talk about the boat. What kind of boat do you use, and how did it happen that you get exactly this boat?
We have a steel boat, 12 meters, and this is a catch, 2 masts, and we don't know what we buy, but we because we have no plan and
no experience,
and we buy that boat. That was the third boat we looking for, and we think that this is a good boat, and we buy it, and yeah, we fit the boat, and that was the plan. And we have not so many ideas before, and yeah.
So it was not that some uncle had a boat laying around and you just took that, you really searched for something and you made your own decision?
Yeah, the cheapest boat. We're looking for the cheapest boat, and yeah.
You're quite young, so it's totally fair to do that. So if you remember the feeling, like you see the boat and you are like, that's gonna be our boat, and then you buy it, how was it?
I was really excited about the boat from the first time. And I always thought when we, as we refitted it and it stayed on land, I always imagined how it is to sail, and I imagined it as like really fun and free, and like having the time to do nothing and just think and be by yourself, and that I had positive feelings through the whole times. And then in the afterwards, it's like it feels more like, okay, it's a sailboat, it's the thing, and not with that much emotions like in the first periods of times where I was imagining a lot. But I think the imagining in the first place is like what made the goal realistic, because without the dream and without thinking it's gonna be crazy nice, you won't realize it, and there are like still a lot of stuff which is similar to the thoughts I had right from the beginning in the end.
So the big dream in the beginning drove you to start, and even when you realized, oh, this is not how I dreamed about it was still really good.
Then you still realize that you are really doing it and you are in the situation. That's the most important thing, because I think the most people don't do it, and that's important.
Getting a boat is one part of the story, but giving the boat a name is another story. So what happened?
That's your story.
So yeah, I'm in general not the fan of giving things names. I'm not the guy who's like, why doesn't your dog have a name, or why doesn't your rabbit have a name? But yeah, our boat, like there must be a name at some point. And with a boat, there are high impressions, because the people who know boats and know boating a lot have really high expectations on the name, because they say, oh, it's like good luck, bad luck and stuff. And so that's why I wanted to choose a name which has not that much meaning, and it's not that has not that much weight to it. And that's why we called it aber auch gut, and that's translated in English like but also good, and that it means like, even if you have maybe a rusty steel boat or not the perfect conditions to start a journey, not a huge amount of money, it's also good, and you can also realize it and live with it and realize the dream you have. So that's a message for today.
To not being so tight.
Yeah.
Speaking about journeys with the boat, you made the decision, okay, let's cross the world. First we have to cross the Atlantic. How did the preparation for your trip look like? What did you do?
I think for the first time we didn't have any imagination of what it means to cross the ocean for, I don't know, 3 or 4 weeks, and what it means to buy that much food and that much water for such a long time. So we bought a lot of stuff, and I think it was really too much, but good for our feelings. And we looked that the boat is safe, that that there's nothing broken, and that's it.
If you have 3 words, each of you, to describe the trip crossing the Atlantic, what 3 words are for that trip?
exciting and boring and scary. Sometimes scary.
For you?
It was warm. Shaky and I don't know.
That's the only two words. Warm and shaky. What the fuck?
Maybe amazing, astonishing.
Yeah, amazing.
Okay. For you? How was it?
Good experience, a challenge, and so much blue water, blue. Yeah.
In the preparations, you talked about that you bought a lot of food.
Yeah.
So how did you manage to make food while you were sailing with 3 people?
I thought before we start, I thought we have enough time and we will cook like 3 times a day because we have nothing to do. But in the end, it was always, like I told you, it was always shaky and we were a little bit tired and something like that. And then I think the most time we cooked pasta. So we have a lot of leftover food that we didn't cook. So it was like easy cooking for the crossing.
Okay, you said you've been tired. So how did your shift system look to maintain the sailing constantly with 3 people?
We had 3 shifts of 3 hours each, from 11 p.m. until 2. And that's Leonie did that one often, or most of the time.
I think all of the time.
Yeah, all of the time. I did the 2 to 5 a.m. Shift all of the time, and Thilo did the one in the morning. I don't know, that I think that fits all of us the most, maybe. And we had no need to variate. Most people variate because everybody has to do everything, but I think it's fine. Then everyone can establish their rhythm and know when to get up and when to do the stuff, and that worked fine. And during the day, everyone was watching, and like 2 guys were asleep during daytime as well sometimes, but then one was still watching.
What was your favorite thing to kill time while everything was going on normally?
I think we heard a lot of podcasts together, and I think that wasted a lot of time. Yeah. And reading books.
Yeah.
And
Sleeping.
talk a lot of time together. Yeah.
What was the biggest challenge while you crossed the Atlantic?
The time, all of the time, and was one of my challenge.
I think for me the biggest challenge was that I can't move. I can't move my body, so my legs hurt. That I can't. When I was going to bed, then my legs were hurting because I couldn't move them and I couldn't sleep.
And the biggest challenge was the boat is so small and we have not so much places, and we sleep all together in the kitchen room, but so shaky and it's so not so big, this boat. Yeah, that's the big challenge.
So place and movement is a big challenge.
Yes, I think it's together.
So that leads us to the question: what is the biggest difference from a life on a boat than to a life on land?
Yeah, I think the biggest point is the place where we have to sleep, to cook, to live, to chill. When we don't have the chance to go out, maybe because it's rainy or I don't know, we have to be there on that less place with 3 person, and sometimes not enough place.
And if you say opportunities, the contrast of opportunities on boats and on land, lots of you don't have many opportunities like the space and stuff, but you can also do a backflip in the water, swim with dolphins, so you get lots of opportunities you don't have at home.
There are special opportunities for us.
Especially when you in your home area, there are a lot of fields, a lot of concrete roads and city. There's not much nature, not much wildlife, and there are like not the new places in intervals of every month that you can experience. And I think it's like you have to do compromises when you live on the boat, but the opportunities are really, really big. Like lots of opportunities in contrast to living where you lived your whole life basically.
You arrived in the marina 2 days ago, so your trip slowly, or your big trip across the Atlantic slowly goes into the past. But if you think back, what was the absolute highlight of your trip?
Of the Atlantic trip?
Yeah.
We have a storm, that was the absolute highlight.
Storm.
The dawn highlight. And what's the last highlight?
I think the vibes were best when we had good weather and the deck was not wet for 1 day, and then we like opened a beer and tried to establish some mood of partying, and we had nice sun and stuff, and that was the best moment. But
for me the highlight was when we come into the doldrum thing. There were no winds, and we were like, I don't know, like 7 or 10 days on the boat, no showering, nothing, and then there come a lot of rain, and so we went out and washed the hair under the rain, and that I loved it. That was my highlight.
It was the first situation in our lives maybe that we wanted a lot of rain happening to shower.
Yeah, and it was crazy to see the wide ocean and that much rain. Yeah, looks crazy.
It's amazing in the Dolphin. I remember from our trip one night shift, I looked at the ocean and it was so flat that the clouds were mirroring the ocean like a lake. I'm like, what? Amazing. Yeah. Beautiful scenery. Okay, let's move a little bit on to different topic. So how do you finance your trips and your lifestyle on the boat?
Yeah, we do actually finance it through a lot of different small incomes with producing YouTube videos, doing Instagram, and working with some brands and having merchandise as well. And we try to spread our experience to the people in the videos and talk about and stuff. And that's and a lot of people support as well, giving us money to do our journey, because they really are inspired of what we do.
The story.
And that works, And we enjoy making the videos, and that I think it's we all enjoy what we do for the people, and pretty
and
nice.
They enjoy what they can see.
Really nice relationship, I think.
If you can dream of any sponsor, the ultimate sponsor you can imagine for your trip, who would it be and why?
My dream brand was Patagonia. Patagonia is a nice company, nice story, and the landscape Patagonia is for me a dream landscape, and we we see when we sail to Patagonia.
Yeah, I think that's a thing for the future, because we really want to see Patagonia and the trip, and we don't really want to see it without like having them into the project as well, because we think it's so fitting to experience this landscape with the help of the Patagonia brand. But we'll see.
Is this the only brand, or have we other brand?
Anything else you can bring?
No, first thing I thought about was Patagonia. Also, yeah.
Okay.
It's really nice if you're all three on
Maybe,
the same
yeah,
page.
maybe it's because we talked about before
Yeah.
2 days.
Okay. Could also be like a rain shower supplier for boats or something. Beautiful shower or something.
And Patagonia looks like good on the boat, on the cover.
Can you imagine?
Nice.
And yeah, it's the imagination you start with, and then the rest.
Okay, speaking of, it looks good on the boat.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, I could ask, what is the dream boat you want to use to sail to Patagonia? But in the same question, I want to ask, how does the future of the Aber auch gut looks for you? What's the vision?
Oh, that's difficult.
I think the question is like a very difficult question in the boat scenery, because it's the discussion between monohull and multi-hull or catamarans. And I think we talk a lot about the space and also maybe the possibilities to take people with you. What is he doing?
Yeah, so to explain the background, so maybe getting the video, this
Die
is
hauen da
like
drauf.
Carnival, and there are children and they are celebrating the Brazilian Carnival. And it's going on 24/7, so if you have this background noise, we are really sorry for that, but it is part of the picture, right?
Authentic, yeah.
Authentic.
Yeah.
So yeah,
It's gone now.
it's a difficult decision,
I
but
think-
we'll see how it develops and what's the best option for us.
I think we have
the
to look
boat
what
is
the time
nice.
brings us.
Yeah.
But we need a boat
Maybe
that
someday
must be
bigger.
strong,
bigger.
and we need a strong boat for the Arctic
Yeah.
and for
So you
Special
would
places.
love to get a heavy, strong boat that can bring you everywhere.
genau. Yes, yes.
Okay. Would you cross the Atlantic again? And if with the same boat or with a different one?
Yeah,
was-
the next step is the Pacific.
Yeah.
That's bigger, and we think we sail with the same boat. We're looking.
And if we really want to go around with this boat the normal way, we have to cross it twice again. So maybe we have to, if we don't change the boat.
I'm pretty glad that it's over now. That it's like, but that's the effect if you have it if you have done it in the close past. And I think I'd be more motivated to cross oceans again in 2-3 months, and then we'll see. Might be fun then again. Yeah.
So you did the Atlantic crossing.
Yeah.
You are maybe a bit fed up of crossing big oceans.
Yeah.
So how do the next week or weeks look like for you? What's the next journey?
Maybe we will do less of sailing, going into the land, visit Brazil, look around, maybe sometimes by car or by other possibilities. And we plan to go to the north and make a little bit, little steps. So maybe like 2 days of sailing or 3 days, and not that much like before.
Before we finish the interview, I would like to know if you want to send any wishes home or to other sailors you met on one of your journeys, if there's anybody special you want to greet. I think this is the right time to do it.
I want to greet everyone basically, because I think everyone we meet and all the people around the places, the countries, are amazing people, and inspiring and different and have different ideas. And yeah, I think every time that if I would be home in my old, like in the home environment, society with friends, you have an amazing time, but you don't actually get that much of new horizon because you don't meet that many amazing people around you. So just everyone we met and we will meet. Amazing.
Speaking of, you wanna have something?
No, I don't know. Maybe it's good to greet our parents because I know that there are a lot of. Yeah, I think there are a lot of moments where they are struggling when we are maybe in the middle of the ocean, and anyways they let us feel that they love that we will do this.
I think then additionally we should greet the friends, including the parents' friends, and especially the people who are supporting our journey. Because of them it's the only possibility we can do it. So everyone who watches our videos is part of the new adventures and supporting us. So they are basically the reason we are here.
Sending wishes to the people is one side of the page, but where can the people find you? What are your channels where they can get you the best?
We have YouTube and Instagram, and it's called Blue Horizon. Yeah, on Instagram it's Blue Horizon Exploration, but I think you find it. And then
on screen.
And they can also find us on our website, Blue Horizon Sailing. Yeah.
On Instagram we are also up to date, and on YouTube week per week is a new video online.
Cool. That's it. Thank you for the interview, for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And good luck for the future journeys.
Thank you, we'll see.
Thank you.